Welcome to the Divine Feminines podcast and channel. I'm your host, Steph.dsa, and in this video, we're talking about the new moon in Aries, the start of the astrological new year, and how to set those intentions and call in your manifestations. Before I get started, don't forget to like and subscribe this channel. Also, leave me a comment after this video. And we're available on all major podcast platforms. That's Spotify, Apple, Google, you name it. We're on IG and TikTok with some great content. That's Divine Feminines with a Z. And why subscribe? Why stay tuned? Because we talk great mind, body, soul empowerment, moon manifestation, moon magic, soul connections, the twin flame journey, you name it. Every Friday, we have a new episode of the podcast out on all platforms. So let's get into this. The new moon in Aries. Oh my gosh, guys, I've been waiting for this one. I don't know about you, but you may have felt quite heavy energy in the last 6 months. There's been a lot of energetic work. There's been a lot of high frequency downloads and changes. We've had some heavy retrogrades. The planets are still all direct right now, so let's make the most of it before they start moving sideways, let's say, in retrograde. That's when it becomes challenging, and not to say that it hasn't been challenging. Before I get into April and Aries, we're coming out of a season right now, and I say season because spring has started, right? So I hope you guys are enjoying this shift. You may have already noticed it, but in March, it was probably quite intense. We had the Pisces, sun energy there, really calling us to tap into our intuition and really kind of look at some deeper things inside. We may have been triggered as well. There's definitely a shift between old timelines, old past, and new opportunities emerging into our new timelines. And there's been a lot of triggering or things coming to the surface. And I truly feel that this Aries new moon is here to almost like wave the flag and say, y'all have done a great job. Like, you have been going through it, but there is some really strong supportive energy that's going to help you through it if you choose to go in that direction. And I'll tell you why, because there's, in every sort of energy guidance and report that, you may hear about, and even from astrologers, and I'm not a qualified astrologer, but when I listen to astrologers, they'll explain planetary movements, and they'll be like the pros and cons, and there'll be the opportunist way of taking it, the inspired way and the inspired action, and then there'll be the kind of I'm playing victim in my sort of situation and kind of like allowing stuff to happen to me. But remember, we hold the power, and this is what Aries is telling us. Aries is a fire cardinal sign, meaning it's it's the strongest fire sign out of the three, right? It's the start of the astrological new year. It marks a brand new beginning. So I've said this before, if January didn't feel like your chance of the new year, well, spring equinox and then the start of Aries season with the new moon in Aries is literally, that is your double whammy of a brand new year. So this is the time to wipe the slate clean and really start again. What time is the new moon? I'm going to give you the UK time is 7:24 and EST if you're in East Coast, New York, Toronto, 2:24 a.m. So it's quite an early one for us. And you don't see the new moon. It's a dark sky. It's a black sky. You don't actually see it. And that, for me, is representative of actually go inside and just go within yourself and take time to check in with yourself and know how you're feeling. So Aries is me, me, me. It's a powerful leadership sign. It's all about new beginnings, but it's also taking the power back. And this is a theme I'm feeling, that in March and even in the previous months, but particularly in March, you may have felt triggered. Things may have been coming to the surface, which started to show you where you were giving your power away. So I want you guys to really think about where you can call your power back in. We are going to talk about how we can manifest with this new moon. I'm going to give you some tips, and I've pulled some energy guidance cards and just some final thoughts around that. So we'll get into that in a minute. But back to Aries. Yes, a very powerful leadership sign, taking ownership. It's about me, me, me. So it's not like a take a seat back and chill type new moon. This is a new moon where, yes, we're going to set our intentions, and yes, we've got to be bold and be stepping out of our comfort zones about what we really want. You can also look at Aries in your chart to see what house it actually sits in, whether, it's family, home, career, work, and then you can sort of see how you can make the most of that energy. But because we all have energy in our chart, Aries in our chart, and we all have energy, right? But we can call in anything, because this is literally like wiping the slate clean and going, I'm starting again. So ask yourself, what is it that I really want to create? And don't hold yourself back. Try not to think limiting thoughts. Sometimes if you think about, oh yeah, I've got this big dream to start this business, but then you're like, I don't even know where I'm going to start. But having that dream and having that feeling and the desire is important enough. Yes, you're going to have to put some work in it. Aries isn't about sitting down, right? You're going to have to put some plans in place. You're going to have to go and take some action and actually move forward with some stuff. But it takes time. Anything in life takes time. Things don't happen overnight, and we all know this. Whoever's watching this video right now would be clued up enough to know that we create our reality. And I hope you believe that. And if you don't, then, check out the other videos I've got, because this is what we talk about. And when we're creating these intentions, we really need to kind of keep our energy as pure as possible. And when I say pure, I mean, it's really focused in on us. If we're sort of all over the place, giving our energy to other situations and people and just things that are just outside of us, we haven't got the energy to really hone in and create the power of our own intentions and to set those intentions in the most powerful way, right? So I want you guys to think about that. Now, very interestingly, a couple of things about this energy right now. Aries, New Moon. We also have the asteroid Chiron. Chiron is known as the wounded healer and also like the rainbow bridge. A bit of two things. The wounded healer and the rainbow bridge. What this brings up for us around this new moon is being a bit more like, when you've got wounds and when you've been through a lot and it might have been some tough times, sometimes we don't want to admit them or really shine a light on them or be like, do you know what, I went through all of this and I'm a better person for it, or whatever. We might be kind of just putting it to one side. Maybe there's some wounds that we haven't healed. This new moon in Aries is bringing a powerful healing energy with Chiron. So I'm saying to you guys, look, this is your chance, right? This is your chance to just be real, get real about any wounds, anything that's kind of really still feeling like it's dragging you down. And you might have remnants of what's happened in recent weeks or the last few months, that there's certain things that clearly they're thought behaviors or patterns that keep reoccurring or getting to you, like where you think, wait, why am I talking to myself like that? Why am I judging someone else like that? There's something in our shadows that connects to a wound. So get real about that. And yeah, shadow work isn't just for full moons. Shadow work is always on. And actually, this is a very interesting time to look at your shadow and look at those wounds. And if you get real about them, if you're honest with yourself about them, then you can call in that healing with this new moon energy. And it will be not just a healing to kind of make it feel sort of like lighter, but it will allow you to heal because you're being honest with yourself about what it is. And then you're actively asking for that healing, which then can be transmuted into your power. And that's the Aries power, right? So if you really focus in on this right now, I'm telling you guys, this is the perfect alchemy, the perfect transmutation. And I was literally saying to my soul sister Joanna today, because we know better, right? Like we can transmute energy. And I was laughing to her because I was like, this is what we do, we might ride a wave, we all have our ups and downs. We might have a day where we're being challenged with something, but if we know how to call back our energy and transmute, that is the best way to map and navigate our life. Like map on the go, move on the go, because you don't know what's going to come your way. But when you're centered and you know thyself and you know how to come back to your center and say, hey, like, okay, I'm going to call my energy in. Okay, I'm going to just kind of retreat. I'm going to focus on really harnessing myself and recharging this powerhouse that I've got going inside. Then we can really be in our full power and hold that torch, our light, and make those actions and move forward, make those plans and be confident, because those wounds that we're not going, like when we haven't been allowing to heal per se, can hold us back from our confidence, from our true power and our true authenticity. It's only until we actually become real and just face ourselves and go, hey, you know what? Yeah, I haven't been real with myself. And actually these things are in my way of me, really honing in on my power and really stepping into my spot that I deserve. I deserve this. But also being able to forgive ourselves. Like, I didn't know better at that time, and maybe I did show up wrong. Now I look back, I could have done differently, or I would have behaved differently, or just taken it in a completely different approach. But I didn't know that then, so I forgive myself and I understand and I have that self-compassion. Definitely focus in on that, because this Aries new moon is a lot of creative power as well. If we can transmute whatever is needing to be healed, and we can transmute that into power, we have the power to create. And then this is a really just auspicious time, supported by a lot of great planetary alignments, the new moon, for this creation. And whatever it is you want to create, a new business, a new partnership, a new, creating a new relationship with a romantic partner, creating, specifically actually creating something with your hands, whether it's food, art, music, whatever it is, it's a very potent time for creation. So I'm hoping that a lot of you guys that are listening are going to be creating this month, because this is the way to use this energy. What else? So Jupiter and Neptune are coming into conjunction, and this hasn't happened in about 166 years, if I've got that correct. It was like in 1850 something, whatever. So it was a long time ago. And this is a very powerful meeting of the two. Jupiter's expansion, it's opportunity and luck, but it just creates an expansive energy. And Neptune is about connection to the divine, desires, poetry, meditation, so very sort of deeper awakening. The two coming together, you can imagine Jupiter's going to expand on Neptune's qualities there. And there's good and bad. I see the positives in this is going to create a massive shift again, and more resurgence and stimulus to the awakening, the great awakening that's been happening. So more souls becoming awakened, but also those that are already being awakened to accelerate and reach higher realms. So, I've already noticed that my intuition's unlocking even more things, and there's more alignment, and I'm seeing more signs, and the flow is just, it is really becoming quite magically beautiful. It's like it is like a dance with the energy and the universe, and it's quite profound, and I'm glad that I can share that with you guys. And I want that for all of us, but we have to be willing to take back our power and be ready to work with the power that we have and the gifts that we have, because we all have it. None of us are made with any advantage over the other. We are all born equally in this life. We are all individual souls, but we all have special gifts, and all of those gifts equally are as valuable as each other. And whether those gifts are slightly different from each other, that doesn't matter, but the power, the abundance of those gifts, and what we can achieve and receive in return of those gifts is incredible. So this is a great time as well, because I talk about connecting with your spiritual self and your intuition through Neptune. It's a great time to, if you haven't had like a meditation practice, or really connecting with your internal self, because we all have that divine, that creator, that godlike spirit energy within ourselves. Because I don't believe that there's a God outside. When everyone's worshipping out there like to a God, that's the biggest thing that I don't agree with in religion, because it's all within us, every single one of us, and then we're all connected, and we make that one divine being with all of us, and each and every one of us has the divine being within us in our own unique way. So yeah, this is definitely a very interesting time with the Jupiter and Neptune. That's gonna offset the rest of the year, so we're going to see a lot more shifts. But with shifts comes challenges. We have to be prepared to ride the waves. And there's two ways we can go, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video, like we can either go down the way of, I'm inspired, I'm going to go with this, I'm going to connect with my intuition, I'm going to sort of take some more time to meditate, write, channel some. I know those that sort of receive messages and they can write through. There's going to be more messages coming through the more you connect with your intuition. Write poetry. If you're someone that writes music, this is a powerful time to write music. So remember that. And even if you don't, it's a powerful time to just bring out that journal, write down ideas, go for it. Just really get it out, because there's a lot coming through that is available to you and you might not even realize it. I always feel like we don't know our power until we actually allow ourselves to be open to our power and receive those messages through our intuition that can then unlock, more messages that is clearly messages that are our power. It's our, unique value, our unique gifts, and with those gifts, if we use them, we can create incredible things and we will receive great blessings with them. This is also a time for my healers, my light workers, my star seeds, twin flames, any of you, crystal children, indigo children, whatever you resonate with on this journey as like a light worker healer. It's time, like if you've been holding back and you're like, oh, you know what? I know I've got mission work to do. Now's the time. Don't worry about it having to look a certain way. Maybe there's certain things that in the past that you need to heal from, those wounds that may have made you feel like you were failing, but that's not going to stop you. Trust me when I say, when you understand your soul's calling, and that is really, how do you understand that? You follow your heart. And I can't say that more than enough. You follow your heart, you follow your passion, and that is really where your soul's calling is. And, if you want to look at your chart, if you understand where your north node is, then it will give you some reassurance, or like, should I say validation, because you know it. And then when I looked at my north node, which is Cancer, it was all about, going down the emotional path and showing and being expressive of who I am and what I'm doing. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing with the YouTube and podcast videos, because it's expressing a lot of my shared gifts of sharing those gifts, my intuition, but also my journey that I know will have profound effects on everyone else, and being emotionally available and intelligent to be able to talk about the highs and lows of things and how we transmute. So a great time to get into your spiritual psychic gifts, tapping into them, and also any mission work that you've been really keen on doing. And just stepping out your damn comfort zone, like just getting out of there. Like Aries will just catapult you out. So where you think you've been holding yourself back, whether it's work, love, friends, just general, you want to go and socialize, or you want to go and you never skied for the first time, or you want to climb a mountain, or even just take up yoga and just do some of those things, and you're like, oh, just do it. Just do it. Don't even question yourself. Like, even if the thought comes in your mind, that's probably where like your intuition's pushing something to you, but you're like, oh, then your ego goes, oh, no. Yeah. So watch out for that one. Now, water manifestation. How can we manifest during this new moon? I'm going to read some energy guidance, but before I do, I want to share this with you. It's a fantastic way of manifesting. I actually do it not just on new moons. I do it whenever I can. Water has a great way of, creating the vibration that you give it. So, water is known to change its frequency and vibration. And so you can actually set your intentions into that water. So what I would recommend you doing is think about your audacious goals for 2022. Imagine, like, we're at the start of a new year with this Aries energy. So what is it that you want to really focus on? Just say, this is my new year. What is it I want to focus on? My big bets. And then I might have some other goals. And then start writing your wishes. So, whatever that wish is, I wish to be, a talk show host. I wish to be a headmaster of a school. I wish to be a spiritual teacher in the areas of energy healing and manifestation, right? And then those are the wishes, and then you write your intentions. So it's like, I am your affirmation. So you write those affirmations out. I am a successful, thriving talk show host that many love to listen to. I am, a headmaster of a school that runs really smoothly with great feedback and high Ofsted scores, or whatever it is So I should have used that one. School teaching is not one that I'm very familiar with, but we all went to school, right? Anyway, so that those would be your affirmations and then intentions. And then when you've got those intentions, write those down, right? And there might be some, I would also encourage you to write mini steps. So it's not just about you saying those intentions every day, those affirmations. It's about, what are the steps that I'm going to take this month of April to get myself closer to that goal. And this is powerful stuff. I do it and I look back and I'm like, whoa, done. And then I'm seeing results. And this is incredible. So I really urge you to just write down steps. And if your goal is a massive goal that seems so far reaching, that's fine. You can dream big. There is no reason why we can't dream big. When you make your micro steps, just make sure that they're reasonable ones that you can achieve during that month, or, that you can sort of, it's like stepping stones, right? Like I said, and when we keep doing that, we feel accomplished, we know we're making movement, and that's the way to success. Consistency and taking those steps are key, right? And then we're working with the moon's energy and we're setting these positive, heart-driven intentions. And when I always say that when we make our affirmations, it's not about anybody. We're not calling in affirmations or intentions on someone or a situation. It's from a clear and pure heart, for our highest and best good of ourselves and all those involved. Always have that pure intention inside. Now, once you've wrote those down, now what you can do is on the new moon, and this is the water manifestation, you can have a glass of water and have it full and have it in front of you. And you can say your affirmations out loud. Now, what I like to do is I like to say my affirmations out loud. I actually do it in Malasana pose, yoga pose, where you're squat and you have your hands in prayer, and I'm squatting with a great hip opener, and then I've got the glass of water in front of me, and I do it for quite a long time. So if you can hold that pose, it's great. Sometimes I have to just sit down on my butt, because it's like, oh. But yeah, so I do that, and then afterwards I do some yoga stretches. You don't have to. I actually do the headstand, and I allow all my blood to go to my crown chakra, so it's activated. That's something I like to do. Then afterwards I kind of just go into a meditation, and I have a meditation for about 10 minutes or so. And then at the end of the meditation, I bring my cup of water and I talk to it, and I thank the water. I give thanks, and I show that I'm humbled by the element of water, which is such a powerful element. And I also call in that I am creating the new with this water. I am water, water is me, and we are one. And then I sacrifice that up, and I say, as above, so below, as the universe, so the soul, as within, so without. And then I drink that glass of water, and as I'm drinking it and imagining and really feeling that nourishment and the magic and all of this that I've been calling in to be going into my physical body and into my spirit. So that, my friends, is my way of doing the water manifestation. And if you do try it out, I am so curious to know how it works for you. It's great. You can do it for many days throughout the month. I try to do it whenever I've got a chance, and I'm meditating, I definitely do it. So, you can do it throughout the month. It doesn't have to just be around the new moon. And you get more used to it, and it's really good for your subconscious brain as well, because you're setting those affirmations and setting those intentions and really talking to yourself in the highest best way of all of your positive growth intentions and what you're going after, what you really believe in. And it's you're living, all breathing it, and that's the best energy to be in. If I'm honest with you, it totally is. And that oozes confidence. If you lack confidence and you struggle sometimes, that process and just setting intentions and saying your affirmations will really raise your confidence over time. It is a known sort of fact. And if you're struggling still, there might be something that you're not being convinced of, that is something to do with your subconscious brain, a deeper, more core related wound, or something that's holding you back. I would recommend you seek the support of a coach or a healer or something like that. And if you're interested in getting any information of any good ones, I know a few, but I'm not here trying to sort of specifically call out anyone individually. I know a few I can recommend, but I would say go with your gut, follow your instincts, you know best, okay? Right, so I'm going to just share some energy guidance, and it's really interesting. I've pulled the tarot cards, the Fountain Tarot, and it's so like aligned to this whole Aries energy. What we have up first is the Ace of Wands with the Page of Cups. There is a powerful, powerful, passionate new beginning. I mean, Ace of Wands is fire. That is literally your Aries energy. This is powerful new beginnings, passion, following your heart, creativity, really going for it, taking action, moving forward. And it's an abundant, beautiful, bright, this is yellow as well, solar plexus. So this confidence, me, I am, standing in that power. Don't hesitate to do this. And the Page of Cups is also, opportunities coming your way. So this is where maybe you can act on opportunities. You might be offered some ideas, you might be contacted or communicated with, and this is going to allow you to have this passionate new beginning or new start, whether it's work, love. Someone could be coming in to offer you something in love. Someone could be coming in to offer you a contract or a business venture, or you may just be coming up with these ideas, right? And this is the time to really charge for it and go for it. And then what we've got here is the Three of Wands. So there's been some dreaming, and there's been these ideas and visualizations you may have been having, and they are coming to a point of culmination where you can manifest. So use this time as a way to manifest those dreams. I always say whatever we feel in our heart space and we think at the same time is what manifests really. And so that's why you have to be very careful about what you say and what you're feeling and thinking, and being very conscious of that, because we are creators all the time. Everything we're creating, we are creating our reality. I really don't like when anyone says, oh, this is happening to me. No, it's not happening to you. You allowed it to happen because you're creating those realities, whether you like it or not. It's paired with this Three of Wands, this sort of manifesting, the dreaming and the feeling is manifesting, and he's really going for it. If you can see, he's kind of got something, he's pulling on this like rope. It's like he's finally sort of making sense of what is connecting him to his passion, right? And there might have been like you were dreaming, trying to figure it out, but that's what I feel of that card. And then the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups, opportunities coming in. Like I said, there might be something being offered to you, or you have had a spark of like a wow spark moment for an opportunity, because you're connecting with your intuition at this new moon and really kind of going within and understanding what it is that you want and what is holding you back maybe from it. We've then got the Nine of Swords paired with the Two of Cups. Now I told you about the wounds and things coming to the surface at this time, or allowing them to come to the surface and allowing them to be healed. The Nine of Swords is a card of stress and worry and things that you might have been in your head a lot. What is it that you're in your head a lot about? What is it that's making you stressed? Is there something that's been worrying you? Look at it, because it's probably most likely connected to something a bit deeper, and there's some wounds, and this is the time to heal them. And what's amazing about this is you might be worrying about this new venture, this partnership. We've got the Two of Cups. It's a brilliant, beautiful, lovely energy. It's the best kind of partnership, whether it's business or love. And if it's love, you can't get better than this. This is like your soulmate, you're destined to be. It could be even your twin flame, for my twin flames out there, right? But there might be a lot of worry that's come about with this connection. But I assure you, this is the time to release all the past things that have happened. And even if this is business and you've tried to do business before and it didn't work, or you're trying to do it again, or you're trying to go into a collaboration and you've been stung in the past, or you feel like things didn't go right, there could be worry about this, but trust me that it is going to work out. There is a mutual, healthy dynamic here where the intention and the purity of it is just identical. It's a good energy, so nothing to worry about there, and maybe just to release and surrender. And I put up an affirmation actually on the Divine Feminine's page just a few days ago, because I was saying it's a good time to just do some final releases before this new moon. And that's something else. Before you actually start setting those intentions, make sure you look at those points of self-infliction, or where you've been like not really, because I say that if you're not like allowing yourself to look at your wounds, you're almost self-inflicting an unconscious suffering on yourself because you don't want to look at it. So what are you self-inflicting on yourself by not paying attention to what needs to be paid attention to so it can be healed? Just get real with yourself. You know what? I think the most attractive thing is someone saying, you know what, I've been through shit, but I've gone and healed it, and I'm a better person for it. And I'm living proof of that. And so let me be an inspiration to all of you guys. I would not be here right now saying what I'm saying if I didn't do the work. And I'm still doing the work. But I do believe that after you do a significant amount of work, life is incredible. Life is incredible because you realize how much power you have. And it doesn't matter what happens and what's thrown at you. You know, yeah, of course you're going to get challenges, but you can pretty much navigate them in a very powerful way. And you're co-creating your experiences with the universe every second of the day, right? And then we're finally ending off with the full new beginnings. Can I get a witness? How great is that? And that's stepping out of the comfort zone. Look how he's just leaping. But for me, he's leaping and he's like, yeah, heck yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, ain't nothing stopping me. I'm going for that one. Hey, like I've got this. And he's really leaping. Like, he looks like he's got very long legs. I think that my legs are quite long, so I feel like I can resonate with that one. It's like he's skipping about 5 steps and going, fuck it, oops, F it, I'm gonna do it. Whoa, I didn't mean to swear, but that one had to come out. I think Spirit was like, yeah, go for it. But there's this new beginning and it's time to go for it. It's time to just allow yourself to really step out of your comfort zone this Aries new moon and think big with those intentions. Go big with those intentions. Please, please, please do it. You know, do it for yourself. You owe it to yourself. You know, this is self-love at its finest. When we self-invest and we give ourselves the love and the nurture and the growth that we deserve. And what's so much more beautiful than that with the Temperance card, this is Sagittarius energy. By the way, the Fool, for me, I always feel April because, you know, the April Fools and a new beginning and the beginning of April. But it's also associated to Aquarius energy, which is dream big, step out there, kind of. So really powerful. And then we've got the Temperance card, which is, you know, healing, justice. So there's something about this new beginning that will feel like this is your time, this is justice, it's healing for you. It's bringing in significant balance and healing from the universe, right? So, and if you can see, he's actually got like this powerful kind of, it's almost like 2 of Cups there. So, you know where I said you might have been like a bit stressed or worried about this, whatever this was, business, love, collaboration, because of past stuff, there's a massive energy that is coming to heal. Whatever's in the past is being collapsed. Allow it to go so that this can come in for you with this new beginning. So very exciting, very, very exciting. If you're ready to receive this message and really act in your highest and best good for yourself, you can get the most out of it. So I actually pulled some moon cards and then I pulled some animal spirit guide cards because I thought that would be a bit of a nice change. The moon cards are beautiful and it makes sense. We've got the last quarter moon in Cancer. Take a breather. And this is what I'm saying. What we've got coming up now is to just take a step back and in this new moon, just go and invest in yourself and do this work and set those intentions and just take time out. Like, you can go out any time of the day or any time of the year, right? Just invest in this time. Like really, really, you know, set those boundaries, call back your energy, take time for you. This is your self-investment. There's something here as well. I have been saying to my soul tribe, and shout them out, they know who they are. I've been saying to them, like my close-knit soul tribe, because all of you guys are my soul tribe. Like, sorry, I'm not trying to be selective here. There's none of that. But I have my little soul tribe that helped me through and I help them through on a more intimate level. And I was saying to them, like, April, and even at the full moon event I did online, and there's going to be more events as well. I didn't do one for the new moon in Aries. I wanted to, but I was traveling and it was a bit busy. But I will do one, and it's a limited space. So stay tuned, because I'm only going to accept a certain amount of people because I want to keep it small and sacred. And there's going to be a live energy update as well. So I'm tapping into the energy of those in the room with me. And there's personal messages. There's also some meditation and some journaling, and it's a great vibe. I loved it, but I couldn't do it this time around. So this video, I hope, helps everybody. But I was feeling it then, and I've been feeling it just, from April up until July, end of July, Lionsgate. There's going to be some significant shifts for us all, in whatever journey we're in, whatever we're experiencing. We're going to see positive changes and shifts and transformations if we are taking the calling for our growth. If we're doing that, watch there's more positive changes that are going to come for our highest and best good, and some great stuff. So this last quarter moon in Cancer is making me think sort of like, the last part of the Cancer cycle before we move into Leo season. So just bear that in mind. I really am feeling that. I've been feeling it for some time now, for about a good 6 weeks. It keeps coming back. And we've got Pisces energy twice. So talk less, feel more. Maybe I should take heed of that one. I might just keep quiet for the next few days. I'll bang out these videos and then I'm going to just keep quiet, yeah? I said it. I did. I'm going to keep quiet. Talk less, okay? And forgive. And I feel that this full moon in Pisces, I mean, what is it that you need to forgive in yourself? What is it that you kind of talk badly to yourself about, that you feel like you let yourself down? No, you didn't let yourself down. Those things happen for a reason. They happen for a reason, and you wouldn't be where you are now if those things didn't happen. And now you're in the place that you're in, listening to this video because you want to do better, and you can do better, and you are better for that, right? And you are a magnificent creator of the universe, and don't forget that you are divine. So, and then we've got the last quarter moon in Capricorn. Unleash your kinder self, and unleash it for yourself, but then for others. When you call back your energy and you set those boundaries, you can do it. You might have to get a bit more harsh and do it, but you can still be kind about it, and you're setting those boundaries, and can still be a lovely person. Just because you're setting those boundaries doesn't mean that you're closing your heart. Just because you're saying that that's not for me and I can't do this, or I need to, this is where my boundary starts and this is where it ends, and whatever, doesn't make you a bad person. That is still being kind. People might think it's being called selfish, but I think we shouldn't call it selfish. It's called self-investment. I'm investing in myself, not selfish. I mean, if you want to call it selfish, then selfish isn't a bad thing. But if we want to give it the right term, I'd like to call it's self-focus for growth, self-investment for replenishment, growth, transformation. It's self-care, self-love, self-compassion. These are incredibly important so that you can fill your cup. And as I always say, that cup overflows, then you're able to support and give to others. And if we're here doing this work for humanity, my healers, light workers, and starseeds, hey, we need our cup full and we need it overflowing. The other day I was with my friend and we were having tea and my cup was literally overflowing. I was laughing, going, oh, well, that's the sign. I'm good to help. But I always have to keep checking in on myself to make sure that cup's overflowing. If it's not, then I've got to focus on me. But sometimes that can happen, but we just got to keep track of it. We've got to know thyself, keep centered, and always be checking in with ourselves. So we've got 2 animal spirit guide cards. The first one is spiders and spider. And you know what? I don't really get that scared of spiders, but obviously they can freak you out a bit. But so that's something I'm feeling. Like, are there any fears when you think of spider? Are there any fears that you need to kind of let go of so you can have this new beginning? Release them, my loves, release them. Be honest about them though, and say why they made you feel fearful and what is it that you're scared of to move forward. And that will help you unlock the door to moving forward. Trust the creative spark you're feeling and express it through writing stories that inspire and enlighten. What did I say about Neptune? This is a great time for poetry, creation. If you're a songwriter or you want to start writing songs, it doesn't matter. This is, even if you're an artist, or you might not be any of those, but this is a time for creativity. So get your notepad out, get some pencils out, crayons, whatever it is. Maybe go and do something else kind of different and artistic. Cooking food is creativity as well. Maybe make a new dish. Do something that really kind of taps into that feminine creative energy. Okay, that's beautiful. This is so aligned, like you can't make this stuff up. And then polar bear, stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to outcome. So this is really, you know, that the message I had around setting boundaries, and with Aries season, calling back your power. You know, the polar bear might be seen as a cold animal, but he's not. He's adorable. Like, have you seen polar bears? They look gorgeous, but they can withstand really cold weather. So they can, you know, handle having to be a certain type of way, but it doesn't mean that they're horrible people. Animals, should I say. It doesn't mean that they're horrible. It's just that they climatized and they know how to adapt. So allow yourself to just do what you need to do, and it doesn't make you cold. It's actually a compassionate way to, you know, love yourself and to also create healthy relationships. I was saying today, I had a live on Instagram, and we were talking about, like, how do you know, your self-love, how do you sort of look after yourself and stuff, and how do you know where you need to do the work? And I said, well, our greatest mirrors are our relationships with others. And if our relationships with others is healthy and respectful and is in a good balanced place, then we've pretty much done a very good job of the work on ourselves and our wounds, because that is going to reflect. If we're having problems, arguments, and constant like chaos with others, there's definitely, it's always a reflection of what's going on inside us that needs to be healed. So, my soul tribe, lovely, beautiful souls, I hope that this video serves you well and has inspired you. Please leave me a comment. I want to know how this sort of resonates for you. I want to know how you manage through these next few days and these energies. I did a vote on Instagram to find out if anyone wanted to have the new moon video and or the 4/4 portal, which is on Monday, the 4th of April. And that's a powerful portal opening for us. And the unanimous vote was on both videos, the new moon and 4/4 portal. I was going to do them together into this video, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a different creative thing here with Aries. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a separate video for the 4/4 portal to give you some energy guidance and some updates, but I might change it up. Let's see how we do. I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I will go with the flow of my inspiration. With that being said, love and light, and sending you peace, love, and abundance. Bye. Mwah.